right, welcome back. Championship Sunday. Mr. X, Maven here. We're getting ready. Hop into Retreat. CTF Denial leads this one 2-1. I think, honestly, when come back up Link, we've had some incredible matches. Outside of that, my second favorite map, at least we've had, what, 2 or 3
We had a phenomenal
overtimes?
Retreat CTF yesterday, you know, between Aware and, I mean, that was phenomenal. The Hoop play. That one. When he stunned over, you said the game was over and it wasn't over.
Who else? Was that the TK series? That was the other tie? That went to overtime? That was the incredible one?
Yes.
But yeah, we've had multiple amazing Retreat CTFs. But let's take a look at the key player matchup, which is going to be between Cap and Enable here. Matt, walk me through the numbers. What really stands out for you?
Enable's KD, you know, 1.44, just absolutely phenomenal. You know, getting 1 cap a game, almost 2 defends a game. Just playing absolutely phenomenal CTF. You expect that at Enable. I mean, he's been playing CTF on multiple games since
2006 or something.
Yeah, and then, you know, JCap, his CTF numbers are great as well. You know, one of the most historic legendary players in Call of Duty. He's been playing the game mode on this game his entire life. You know, definitely one of his best game modes.
Now, one of the things we talked about yesterday, you know, that cave side is the strong side. What was it, a 2-0 lead we saw just disappear yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see, we'll wait to see the spawns here, but you really need to have, what would you say, 3-point lead when you have good side, but this should be an exciting one.
I mean, three caps going into that, you know, bad side when the other team's on good side. That's a pretty nice lead. You know, two, you're still feeling pretty good.
I think we saw a 3-point lead, or 3-cap lead and a 2-cap lead disappear yesterday, but we'll see how it plays out here, and it will be Faze that will be spawning on the quote-unquote good side. They're going to be pushing through lobby here out the pool side. Obviously, a lot of focus on pool side. His teammate cleans one up. They will answer back. 1 down for either side right now, and that's actually going to be 3 down for Faze here early. That original push is going to get all but destroyed.
You know, we jumped on board with Clay, and he's going to be using the IMR, and that's a great choice for him on this map. He's able to lock down that pool side. IMR so good at range. Prince ammo in reserve. You can see that number in the bottom right. It's going to keep going up as time goes on. A lot of people don't take that into account. Just a very good gun. He's able to play, you know, at a much passive pace and just dominate from range.
Well, how do you think this works? You know, you saw JCap tweet last night after they beat Aware. He said our choke on Retreat CTF is one of the worst of all time.
Well, that was a really odd play that just happened right there. Cap was able to pull the flag and just kind of hung out with it by where the flag spawned. Didn't really pull that right away. I think if he would have got the pool side, you know, once he pulled that flag, Clay was over there in position, and it looks like it might be a counter cap opportunity for Faze. You see Parasite bringing it down pool side. Looks like there's 2 or 3 players from Denial making a play in lobby, and they're actually going to be able to take him out. Attach going to be able to pull that flag. He's going to have a huge one-on-one here with Slasher.
All right, let's see if he is able to track it down. He's going to actually just rotate. Just keep it through pool. He's got nobody really in front of him here, but we're going to have our first standoff. But what I was mentioning earlier, do you think the choke yesterday plays at all in the minds of the Denial players?
No, yeah, yesterday is over. I think you have to just kind of wipe that out of your brain. Thing right here, though, you know, Faze needs to make a play. They can't afford this stalemate to go for a pretty long period of time. You want to put up a good score here on this first, you know, quote-unquote good side.
Well, that's what we saw yesterday. Teams that were able to hold the standoff on the bad side for, what, a good 2.5 minutes. It really is just every second that goes by is going to play in their favor. So this looks really, really good for Denial right now. The longer they can have this last.
They're taking really long to make a play on this flag.
There's no one even across half map, really. Is they're starting just now to push forward?
They had one, but now they can't get past that middle map. You know, we're just going to go off with the flag carriers. They're going to kind of hang out, do nothing. Slasher, he's going to pick up one, trying to defend Enable. Enable's going to be pushed by Clay on the other side. Nice pickup from him. And then you see, looks like there's going to be Parasite. He's going to be attacking that flag, and you see Attach just running away towards his teammates. He's got a player to the right. Parasite just completely misses him.
Well, so far, we've just seen single pushes, you know, one after one after one. That's not how you can do this. You have to have at least 2 or 3 players trying to get forward here if you're going to get a return. You can't rely on a hero play. That was a good job by Parasite there to rotate out. We're on now with Aches. He's going to get caught as well.
And it looks like Parasite, he's going to have a pretty big gun battle right here on that right-hand side. Replay's just making a beeline towards the flag, trying to get any return. Haven't seen either team make a successful push, try and make a play towards those flags.
Well, again, it's just been solo
individual plays.
Exactly.
You look at the mini-map, there's one player from Denial just trying to push up, make a play. He's going to be taken out. We go on board, you know, Faze, nobody across that mid-map line. And it's really just kind of, this is the ultimate standoff. And if you are Denial, you're extremely happy taking this position. You have no problem going into the second half with this. Faze really needs to get on the aggressive here.
If this is tied 0-0 at half, I mean, Denial's going to win this game. This is
absolutely,
working out
100%.
perfect. We're going on what? Has this been almost 2 minutes now for a standoff? If they can keep this going for the final 2 minutes, they're going to be so happy. It's almost like that's what they're playing for.
At this point, why wouldn't you? And Aches goes absolutely huge right here. He's going to have to make a beeline for that flag. and he's going to be able to make a huge play right there, able to get that flag on the board for Faze.
Great stuff by Eggs. Finally, someone able to do it. He got, what, 2 or 3 players there as they push forward to the flag, got the return, they get on the board, 90 seconds remaining. But enough time went by there that I think you're still happy if you're Denial.
Oh, you are ecstatic if you are Denial, and you see right there, they're going to have a strong defensive stand. 3 players rotating back to the flag, exactly what you want to do on this map when you give up your flag control, and Aches absolutely destroys replays behind him. He's going to have 1 player to beat, though. Don't think he has any bullets in his clip. Going to have to reload. It's going to be a huge one-on-one here with Clay.
And just the timing there, not going to work out for him. He kept checking the door, but the second he looked away, he will get pushed by Clay. We do see Slasher and crew outside at pole. There are 2 over the wall. Parasite's going to check the back steps, does get 1. Let's see if they can get another pull here in the final 45 seconds and try to add to this 1-0 lead.
Yeah, he's going to be working with Slasher. Slasher over on that lobby side. He's going to have to make a play here, but you see just individual plays, one-on-one by Faze every single time. We see 1 player go into the base, the next player go into the base. Where is any semblance of a team push?
And they were close. Like it's like Parasite and Slasher weren't talking to each other at all as they pushed in there because they could have really had a great timing there.
One of them could have waited.
Yeah.
Just really odd team plays. I mean, we saw it in Uplink, not much of anything by the team. And you see in the slaying department again, Faze, really struggled. 14 kills from Slasher. Nobody else over the 10-kill mark. I mean, Clay and Replay is the only one for Denial with 10 kills, but still, with this slow of a game, you'd expect it a little bit more.
Yeah, it hasn't been the most impressive thing from Denial for me, at least going into today. It's been the fact that all of them have been putting up really good numbers in the slaying department. I mean, outside Aches has had a couple rough ones, but for the most part, it's been a very good team effort. Today, in every respawn, there's only been 1 player. It was, what, Parasite before in the uplink, and now it's going to be Slasher, and this one, everybody else lagging behind.
Right, I mean, you're going to need those players to step up in that second half. I mean, you can understand Enable. He had the flag. He was all the way in the back, not really going to fight many fights. But the others, playing for that flag return, that you would have expected a little bit more out of them in the slaying department.
All right, we talked about this beforehand. Wanted, what, 2 or more lead. They only have a 1 cap advantage now going into the weaker side of CTF. I don't think this will be enough to hold on. Denial has a great chance here to close out this series and move into a top 3 position. We are watching Clay. He's outside here at pool holding this with an IMR.
Yeah, and he's just going to try and move up the map. If he can get onto this pool hop-up, it's going to be in very good position, and you have to wonder, Faze playing this extremely slow, kind of turtling their base. Looks like it's going to come back to haunt them. As you see Clay, he's going to pick up 1 right there. He's going to turn, put in some shots, not able to finish that Parasite with some good help right there of Slasher taking out Clay. That could have been a dangerous position for Faze if Clay would have got that 2nd kill.
Now we'll see how the Faze side decides to play this out. They really just have 1 person pushing forward right now, trying to overextend, possibly get a pull out. It's going to be Eggs. He should be able to get another kill here at the base, but loses that gunfight. That is one he should have won against JCap.
Absolutely. You see only 1 player really going on the offensive for Denial. So we said, odd team plays from Faze in that first half, but didn't really get anything going. Denial, same thing. They had Clay over on poolside, nobody there in support. Replay is just going to push into lobby. No support for him as well. Clay's going to get up in position, nobody there to, really trade those kills. Very odd plays from both teams. First half, Faze, second half Denial so far.
Well, it's one thing if, it's a lot of times in CTF you're going to see 1 player overextending, constantly trying to get flag pulls, trying to be a nuisance, but it's not like you've just had someone going for quick flag pulls. They've been playing it slow, like they're going to have cover, they're going to push in together as a team, but it's just been solo efforts. And here we have Slasher. Do you see that player to the left? I don't think he did. He saw the nade come out from his right. We'll see if he can take out both these players. Gets 1, second will peek him, but he's wisely going to dash away. Yeah,
they're just going to try and bait this player, let Parasite pick up an easy kill, but that player's going to go all the way into that back cave area that we talk about all the time, and he's actually going to be able to take that one out. Slasher, he's going to get taken out from behind. Nable in lobby, trying to get a flagpole. Faze trying to put another one on the board here. If they can do that, that would be massive.
And I'm just looking at the bottom left-hand side of the map. There is someone pushing forward. My feel is that JCap, who can possibly get a pull here. He's going to be able to clean up 1. He's got
just going to try and lock
teammates.
this down. He's not going to go for that pull.
Yeah, no,
he's going to have a attached
They're
pull.
absolutely going to have a pull here, though, and this could be a cap. As long as that spawner, whoever spawned out at top rock, is going to have 1 player to beat at their flag. Enable's going to be the only one really in a spot here to try and make a play. You saw him have an incredible play in this same map yesterday. Let's see if he can do it again.
She just played that absolutely perfect. Couldn't have played that any better. And it looks like Faze, they're just going to pull this flag. They need to just pull it straight at Attach. Attach is going to try and run away, not able to do so. That is a huge play from Enable. Monstrous play from Faze, as a team. I think he had Eggs behind him over at that rock. If they were able to put this one in, that is a huge counter cap. Looked like it could have been a tie game, but that was perfect. So when you
saw the same stuff from him yesterday, man.
And when you have the flag in that position, you want to just take that man advantage that you have and just rush the opposing team's flag. So many times you see people play for that stalemate. You want to just push that other team's flag carrier, take him out right away. Smart plays from Faze and CTF.
That was incredible. You saw him in lobby with a chance to make a big play on defense as the cap was coming in yesterday. He got 2 big kills then and actually got the flagpole here. A little bit different. He got the 2 kills and actually was able to get the kill and return on the flag. Just
he's doing it again. I mean, he's picking up 1. Slasher's going to run out of there with that flag. Looks like they're going to get the return, though, on the Slasher. It's just going to be enabled. The only one left in the base. Can Aches make a play? No, he's going to be taken out. So Denial's going to get on the board. Minute 35 seconds left. Only down by 1, Maven. What do you like their chances of coming back? It looks like there's teamwork starting to get a little bit better throughout this round.
Well, yesterday I thought this map got away from Aware against Denial, and they were able to pull it back. Denial has to have some not too fond memories of this map from yesterday, but let's see if they can turn around and clutch this one. They've got
they got Slasher. They're going to get another flag in right here.
This should be a tie.
They're going to tie this up at 2-2. Faze needs to get out of their base, but they need to have at least 1 or 2 players rotate back. You see 1 player on the mini-map is going to rotate back. That's going to be Enable. He's going to have a huge one-on-one here with Clay.
They have no caps in 8 minutes, and they rally 2 in about, 35 seconds is basically what it turns into. Enable there, though, able to play defense. He's been Mr. Clutch on retreat, CTF all weekend long, keeping it rolling here. We have Parasite able to get 1. He has a 2nd at the rock, though. He is eventually going to drop 45 seconds left to play. Is this going to be our 3rd overtime?
I think we might see an overtime. You just have Aches in position trying to make a play. He's going to be taken out. Slasher, closest one to any type of pull for either team right now.
All right, we'll watch Slasher. He's got one up top, able to clean up that player. Another one by the flag.
Faze is going for the victory here. They're not playing for overtime. You can see the way they're playing. They're just going to hit that overextension. They're going to go for this one.
Well, they've got it out. It's
huge kill.
Enable with the flag. He has 1 person covering him, but he's got, 3 people between him and home base. He's going to die. Parasite gets it. He needs help. Whatever player is with him at full has got to pick up some big pills. That's going to be Clay, though, that's going to be able to take him out. The Replays gets a pull. He doesn't have time, does he? No.
No, I don't think he has the time. It's going to be actually very close. Doesn't have any overclock left, and he might be able to do this. No, he's going to stop right there.
Poor Replays.
Had another player in front of him.
Replays. This is what we saw yesterday. He came up, 5 feet short there in the overtime. Not stunned this time, but not really able to get it in there. And how Replays just got to be so frustrated.
No, the last minute of that game, Faze really went for it. You saw 3 players hit the overextension. They were going to try and pull that flag. If they would have brought that mid-map instead of poolside, might have been able to get a little further. They bring a poolside, Cap and Clay over there with ARs, not able to get that one. We're going to have a great overtime CTF. Who do you want to start on board with here first? If it's going to be Faze playing from the good side.
Who's your pick in overtime is my question, Matt.
I know Faze playing from the good side. They can get a good score here early, set a good time. I think they can take this. If it extends, closer to that, 5-minute mark, I think it's going to definitely favor Denial.
Well, we saw Denial fall a little short in this same map in overtime yesterday. Let's see if they can come up big here. Replays able to get 1. Slasher picks up a kill as well. All tied up. Game number 4. This is
they're going to get a pull.
Denial's chance to close this one out.
Aches has to go for that pull right away, set up Slasher to pick up those cuts, and he's just going to hang out and wait. That was way too long of a time to wait there by that flag. Slasher's going to drop as well. Enable's going to go down. That was really, Faze's chance. If they would have pushed, grabbed that flag right away, and just got it near poolside and forced those players from Denial to rotate out, they would have been able to pick up those kills. I think Slasher probably would have got 1 or 2. Teammates are already there in support, probably would have pulled that flag far.
All right, we're watching Parasite here. He is outside of full, playing on the full rock. He has 1 in lobby. Great kill there. Turns on a player. If he can get this 2nd flag carry, that would have been phenomenal, but that is going to be attached. They've got it out there, pushing pull. He's got no one really in front of him. There's only 1 player with a chance to make a play here. He's going to drop. This is absolutely going to be a cap. It's going to be, about a minute 10.
Huge plays right there. Minute 7, Denial. They're going to set the mark. This is going to be a very difficult one for Faze to beat. I think, Faze, they have maybe 1 or 2 really good shots at getting this one.
Yeah, and the most impressive part of that really was going to be the fact they capped it from the weak side in overtime. So this is going to make it very, very difficult for Faze. You see the pre-nades coming out.
The stun's coming out hard, yeah.
Catches a stun there, yeah. It's going to be Slasher. He's got 1 he sees inside the lobby. Gets some hit markers, going to get pushed from mid-map there, and he's eventually going to fall after he picks up at least 1. 3 down right now for Faze. Enable the only one up, and we should see a pull pretty soon here for Denial.
Well, the issue is they're going to have to defend their own base. They can't let Denial get that flag, or they just kind of have to play for that stalemate. But obviously, if they stalemate, the time is just going to run out. So Faze in a very difficult spot to fight out of here.
Yeah, they basically both teams holding the opposition's base right now is how it's playing out, but the flag is going to be in the hands of Replays. He is going to get dropped, but they've put enough time here. I think it's going to be too difficult to deal with attached. So this might be game right here.
He's got 1 player to beat to his left. That player is going to be taken out. It's going to be Cap taking out Enable, and that is going to do it. It's going to be Denial taking the series over Faze. Phenomenal CTF plays from Denial.
That was incredible, and that has to be such a good feeling after how yesterday went.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know I've talked about it like 5 different times, but that was one of the most brutal chokes I've seen in Retreat CTF, and now the guys in Denial coming up so clutch as they, what was it, 8 minutes in, they didn't even really have a good flagpole for the most part. They had no caps on the board. They're trailing by 2. In a matter of 30 to 40 seconds, they tie it up.
I think FaZe really let that one get away in that first half of the whole CTF game when they had good side, and that stalemate with the flag lasted maybe 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I mean,
maybe longer, yeah.
Maybe even longer. I mean, they really needed to put some aggression on that flag, rally up the scores there.
So now we only have 3 teams remaining. It's going to be Denial, and then the winners bracket side of things. We are going to have Optic Gaming, who is getting ready to face off against TK. It's going to be your big matchup there. But incredible stuff from Denial. We didn't really know what to... You guys picked them, were they your number 2 team?
Yeah, I had them in the finals versus Optic.
Hey, it's still looking strong here. But fantastic stuff. We do have Puckett and Benson down on analysis.
All right, thank you guys. Ben,
yep,
you called it at the start of the game, the way Denial was playing in that first half, forcing kind of the stalemate play. You're raving about it. Why were you so impressed?
It was so good. Just the fact that, Denial on bad side, they managed to keep the flag in a stalemate situation for so long that FaZe weren't able to get any benefit whatsoever from the good side. So I think they went in the half, I think it was 1-0 down. And yeah, it was kind of like, well, Denial's easily going to win this.
It's a 3.5-minute stalemate. Finally, the return came in from Iggs there.
It was crazy. But then I have to give FaZe some props, the way that they played bad side. They managed to go 2-0 up.
Right.
But then as you heard Mr. X kind of say, they threw it away a little bit because they're now able to get 2 flags in essentially 30-second period of time. It was ridiculously played by Denial.
And how were they able to get that job done, Ben? Because it happened so fast that a lot of the audience at home might not have caught the big play.
So the key really was just Clay and JCap controlling that pool side and pushing up. Clay using that IMR, you saw him use it most of the game, was able to pick up 2-3 kills. And what was really impressive was they didn't throw away their rotation back, because you saw earlier in the game, Enable managed to basically clutch a 1 versus 3 by himself. And we saw him do a similar thing yesterday. And this time, they allowed a couple of players, I think it was 3 players from Denial to trap back, but 1 player stayed for the relay. I think it was Replays who actually stayed for that relay. And within 30 seconds, as I said, the game was tied 2-2. And everyone was like, well, that escalated very quickly.
We saw in overtime, Denial scoring on not just the first side in 1:07. I was looking over and I was like, all right, FaZe, now you got the pressure on them. But not afraid. You saw Replays and Attach carry that flag home, put it in. 2 scores in overtime. That was a statement from Denial. They move into our top 3. FaZe with their new retooled roster, finishing 4th. I'm really surprised because that's the team I had in the championship match versus Optic.
I mean, it's not really a surprise because I feel like that team is still playing maybe like 75% of their full potential. They still need to iron out some kinks. I think this is definitely good practice for them. In 2 weeks' time when we come back for regionals, we may see a stronger FaZe team, but right now I still would say, or pre-event I would still have said, Denial definitely the number 2 team. TK though, I mean, let's not discredit their run that they've had at this event. I'm really excited to see TK in the next matchup.
TK, our number 6 seed, is still alive, and they will be facing off against our number 1 seed, Optic Gaming, coming up next here on the main stage. Don't go anywhere. We got an interview with our winner from Denial. After that, our winners bracket finals kicking off live here on MLG.TV.